So I'm getting ready to go back to Michigan. I leave in about a month from when I'm recording this, not necessarily when you're going to see it. But when I get back to Michigan, I'll be living in my travel trailer. And travel trailer, it has a weak roof, if it's still in existence anyway, and hasn't collapsed under the snow. But we'd like to get a cover over the top of it because it does leak, and I don't want to live with a tarp over my trailer all the time. So we're going to take, if I can see, there we go, that carport right there. But in order to take that carport, I have to move that firewood to behind that truck. And then we have to move that truck into my husband's dad's garage. So we will be moving the firewood to behind the truck, moving the truck to Dad's house, and then taking down that canopy, that carport, to take with me to Michigan. So let's get moving. Brock already got started with the firewood. I'm just going to empty out his wheelbarrow before I fill up my own. That tire is low, so as soon as I fill that up with firewood, it's going to smash down. So let me go ahead and get the air compressor and we'll start filling it up. Takes a lot of trips, but it's easier with a wheelbarrow. If I were using the two-wheeled wheelbarrow, it would be less tippy, but it's, I think, about the same size load, so we're just doing this. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm doing sort of a crisscross pattern here on the end. Brock was just throwing everything willy-nilly, just like piling it up. But in order to make it not fall on the edges, I've put a layer coming this way. See, going in toward the length of the pile. And then I crisscross that with a layer going back toward the wall, perpendicular to that. And the reason is that will make it stronger, so it's less likely to tumble. So if you're stacking up a bunch of wood and you don't have sides for it to hold it in, you want to kind of layer it like that and crisscrossing. Now let's see if I can get my camera back into its position. There we go. Now, if you take the time to do that really, really well, you could have an almost squared off stack instead of this kind of pyramid shape. But this started as a pile, and I'm not going to be able to properly stack it, but this will help. The rest of that is old straw and pine cones and tree bark, and I am going to leave that for the husband to take to the yard waste recycling. All right, firewood is moved and it is covered. It has room to breathe so that it's covered. Rain won't get on it, but if any moisture comes up from the concrete, it can still evaporate and have a place to go. It has airflow, so that is all ready for when it starts to cool off again in the fall. Next, we just got to move some stuff out of the way of the driveway, rent a tow dolly, and haul that to storage.